Welcome to the Reunion Podcast, where traction, nourishment, and thriving in business and life come full circle. We're your hosts, the founders of Reunion, and each week we're going to sit down with incredible entrepreneurs from our community to shine a light on their stories, the bold moves that create real traction, and the raw truth behind their challenges and wins. If you're ready to be inspired, grow alongside a powerful network, and see what it really takes to thrive, you're in the right place. If you'd love to be a guest on the show, head to thrivewithreunion.com to join the movement. And don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. All the links are in the show notes. Now let's dive in.
Good to have you here with us. We're here with David Thorne with Construction Management Pros for the TNT podcast with Reunion. And we're here to get to know David. This is just going to be a fun little conversation. The idea is have the other members get to know you a little bit and understand what makes you tick.
Yeah.
So let's start with
that.
that.
Having me.
What makes you tick?
Oh, where do I start? I think I'll start with my family. Like that's what a good husband does. So well done. Well, like growing up, I had like family was not the most important thing to me growing up. I had sort of a troubled youth. A troubled household. And so like my mom, my dad, there are some issues there. And growing up in New Jersey, it's like the concrete jungle. So it's, kill or be killed socially, maybe. And I just struggled as a kid growing up. And I swore that I would have 0 children because I am not reproducing. And
how's that going?
And now we're 7 in. So
7 children later. Man, you stuck to your guns on that one.
Yes, I was so principled.
Yeah, I will never do that.
But so for me, like as I've realized that like family, as I've matured and gotten older and realized that like having family is the most important thing to me. Having kids is actually like life's greatest cheat code. And I wish more people would realize that.
So explain that.
Yeah.
Because
we agree with you, first of all, but also we need to understand what you're saying.
Because I think when you think about like what brings you the ultimate pure happiness.
It's grandchildren, by the way.
But you have to have children to get the grandchildren,
oh, yeah.
right?
So it's in a roundabout way.
So I'm setting myself up for like
lots of grandchildren.
Lots and lots of grandchildren.
Yeah, you are.
I actually read something a couple of days ago, and it was, if you raise your children right, you'll love your grandchildren. If you don't raise your children right, you'll be raising your grandchildren.
There you go.
Yes.
So be careful.
Possibly very true. I don't know yet, but you would know.
Yeah.
Because you had a large family.
More than 7.
I had 7.
Oh.
Well, I had 7 living. Okay. I had 8 children, but it's it is a joy. I agree 100%.
Because when I come home from work, it really does not matter the stress or what happened in the day. When you have 6, because 7 is 3 weeks old, but when you have 6 children that with giant big smiles running to you at the door to greet you and hug you and kiss you, like, I don't know. It unlocks something inside of you that is like life's greatest cheat code. So I actually feel bad for those that don't have any kids.
Agreed.
And every family's different. You don't all have to have 7.
On themselves, right?
Yeah.
And that's the whole problem.
That is
when you are the parent, you don't have time to focus.
You don't have time.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like what they need is the only thing that matters.
Yeah, and you grow more from that.
For sure.
Exponentially more.
And I think children also expose you to the things about you. So for example, in a couple of the kids, I can say, oh, I see
my worst traits.
I see a trait
and my best
in
traits.
myself that
Yes.
I need to. And I said earlier that awareness is the biggest revealer. Like when you are aware of something in yourself, when you see it. And it's also now something that you want to guide them through, but it's also something where you say, oh, crap, I've got to.
Yeah, like, oh, I can't believe
they're marrying.
Wait a second. I say that.
Yes.
And I just got mad at them for saying that. They're like, oh shoot, maybe I should.
Where do you think they learned it?
So I have a daughter
They're
where
sponges, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
So I have a daughter, so you can say, hey, let's go do this, and she'll start walking. But as soon as I put my hand on her back and she feels a little bit of force, she backs up.
She pushes back.
She pushes back. And I'm
She's
like,
the rebellious kind.
I said to myself, oh, crap.
This is the one.
Just like me.
This is going to be the one.
This is my greatest nemesis in life.
Oh, you're the one.
Oh,
Yes,
I get
had
to
this-
watch myself now.
I had this moment the other day. I asked my kids to go and clean up the front, because I don't know what, I never will understand what it is about kids and just like throwing trash on the ground. I don't understand where this comes from. But they had just thrown trash everywhere in the front yard. And I just asked them, like, can you please just go out and pick up all the garbage? Well, it was taking them like an hour, and there wasn't that much. And so I finally went out and said, what is taking so long? Like, this should not take this long. And I had one daughter, my second oldest, Paisley. She just like copped the biggest attitude. She was giving it to me. The scowls, the like, and none of my other kids were like giving me the tude, except for her. And I then said, fine, you get to do all this by yourself now. So I just brought all the kids from outside except for her and made her do it all by herself. And every time she would come in, and she'd bring like one little piece of trash to throw away in the garbage can. And she would slam the door, and she would scowl at me, and she would, give me all of the looks. And I just smiled. And then I prayed and said, dear God,
Please take this
please
child
don't let
away
me
from
deal
me.
with her as a teenager.
They can
Allow this to
get
be the
better.
season.
I had a real spicy one till she was
spicy.
about 10, and then she's been great. She's been an amazing teenager.
Okay,
so it
that
doesn't mean that
brings
they're
me
going to
a
be that
little
way
bit.
always.
Amen.
They
It's their
can
season.
change.
I'm
yeah,
just nervous that if she's experiencing
But the-
all of the sassiness with the hormones now, wait till she hits
the
puberty.
chances of you having at least one, whether it's Paisley or not, that's going to give you that. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I've got 7. The chances of me
Yeah,
having
7
at least
chances.
half of my children give me
I
that.
always think to myself first, well, is there some blood sugar that needs to be adjusted?
Yeah.
I always move to
They do. They
let's
need those
eat something
snack.
and then we'll
Yeah, do you
chit
need a
chat.
snack?
Do you need a snack?
I do the same
Yes.
thing with my wife, so
I need some water.
she needs a snack.
Or does she do that with you?
I always am snacking, so
Yeah. So your blood
usually-
sugar is always
I'm always pretty good.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk to us about you moved out here to Utah many moons ago.
Many
What
moons.
brought you out here to Utah?
Yeah. So I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and wasn't always that way. I actually despised religion for the most part, mostly because of how I was raised, and I saw a lot of hypocrisy there. And I just had some really spiritual, personal experiences, and I decided that I needed. I realized that I needed Jesus in my life, and returned to church through some, really personal experiences, and decided I was going to serve a mission for my church at older, 25, and
Wow.
and my parents had moved out here. I had been living on my own, and my parents had moved out here to Saratoga Springs, and so right before I entered the MTC, I came here, dropped off my dog, and I sold most of my things, but dropped off my car, my dog, and a few boxes, and then entered the MTC. And so I came home. I served in the California Roseville mission, and then came home here. So I was coming home to a place I didn't really know. And my first Sunday, I met my wife, my first Sunday home. She was actually introduced to me by my sister, but we're not going to show her this interview because then she'll hold it over my head. But she was introduced to me by my sister as my future wife. And so I did the,
Wow.
I
Sounds
did
prophetic.
Yeah.
I felt
hand
a
on
little
the- and you're like,
push on the back.
I'll find my own wife, thank you very much. And then I went on the pity date and realized she's actually really cool. So we were
Sister
married
had
6
you
months
pegged.
later.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like your sister knew you or something.
Oh, I know.
crazy.
Weird.
Found someone perfect.
She did.
Okay, so you've been here since when? What year did you come to Utah?
I got home December 2014.
Okay.
So then what was
2013.
what was the next big decision then?
Yeah, getting
besides
married.
getting married?
Yeah,
What was
getting
the
married.
next one?
We actually had a remarkable experience as I'm sitting in the temple and we're getting married. And I can't believe I'm sharing this, but we're sitting there on the couch and I heard an audible voice that said, "Dad, I'm ready to come." I don't remember a single thing the sealer said, but I remember that like it was yesterday. So after we're like in the car and I turned to my wife and I'm like, let me tell you what just happened. And I told her and we're both in tears and we knew we need to start a family right away.
Wow.
So that was the next big decision was, okay, we need to start our family. And I'd been accepted to BYU Idaho. And so off to Idaho Falls we went and to start our family. I lived in Idaho Falls. I didn't want to live in Rexburg.
Oh, yeah, who would?
Yeah.
I did.
No. It was cool back then, though.
It was really cool back then.
So
That's great. Okay, so
Then what
degree
happened?
there at Rexburg, or Rex,
Yep.
or whatever they want to call it.
Yep,
BYU degree in construction management, I'm assuming?
no business.
Business,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
So then...
I didn't know that.
I started my first business in college. So I had a job when we first moved up there, but then we got pregnant and then my wife was like, I want to stay home with the kids. And I'm like, I want you to stay home with the kids. Like, I don't want you to have to work. And she didn't want to either. And so the next big decision was like, I could go get a job working for, what are my skills? Number one, like what can I make the most money at? It was construction because I've always been in construction. My dad was a general contractor, so this is just what I knew. And I looked and it was like $20 an hour and I would not have been able to provide for the family and go to school. And so I decided to start my own handyman business called Son Home Maintenance. I'll do all the jobs you wish your son would do. And
Son home. I love that.
so I grew that business the whole time that I was in Idaho Falls. It was pretty successful and had somebody that said, you should sell your business. And I got it evaluated my senior year right before we left. And they said, your business is worth like $300,000. And I thought, there is not a chance in Hades that this business is worth $300,000.
But if you'll pay me that, I'll take it.
So I just didn't believe it. But now looking hindsight, I'm like, I wish I would have just like tried to sell it.
Oh, you didn't? You just
I
walked
didn't.
away?
I just walked away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is,
I was
when you
young
said that,
and naive. I just didn't
sure.
understand.
when you said your tagline, I actually have my list already formulated.
Yeah, you've been building that list for a long time.
I have.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Most wives have.
It's a
the
neat.
honey-do list, right?
Yeah.
I think, did we just birth a business idea? Anyway. Okay, so then what happened?
So moved here to Utah. Tried to do the handyman business here, but it just didn't take off quite
Everyone
like
has a home
Idaho.
teacher here.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
like, hey, home teacher, come over, fix my stuff.
Gosh, I need to put in a new.
You need to get a new home teacher.
You need a new request. Put in a new request.
Well, I think that they've seen the list on the fridge and they're like,
They've
no,
already been warned.
Yeah. They're like, we
Teacher
can't go
comes
over
in.
there.
we can't go over there. She talks too much too.
So I started another construction, just a general construction business with a partner of mine, and then grew that for about a year, and then he bought me out, and then from that was born Construction Management Pros.
Tell us about Construction Management Pros.
Yeah. So I actually started it first as a professional service to other builders to provide construction management services like professional, like B2B, almost like a subcontractor for project management. So other builders could hire me as their, or our firm as a construction management firm to manage their construction projects, rather than go hire an internal staff and then have to train them and have to, pay taxes and all those things. They would just hire our firm to manage their projects, their overflow or whatever it was.
So then what happened?
our systems and processes were so good that other people just started requesting us, to do their projects for them. And since we had to have a general contractor license to provide those services, we just started going right from B to C. So, and it grew from there. And then we developed our concierge construction service, where we take a white glove approach to the client experience journey in construction, and making sure that clients are taken care of, because that is the biggest issue with construction, is the client experience. And so that's what we've sort of morphed into.
And I have, of course, we've known each other for a while, but that is 100% the thing that I just love, because you get really passionate about that.
Yeah.
This means a lot to you.
It does.
The concierge feeling.
Well, because it's about, like, the whole idea of reunion and a lot of the things that I try to involve myself with is relationship based, because relationships are the most important thing that we have. It's the most valuable commodity.
Yeah.
And I think, especially in today's world, relationships are very undervalued, and everything's digital now, and we don't put, it's rare to find people that actually put stock in relationships with each other. And we become way too transactional with people and our relationships. And that is, you can see the fruits of that. It's harming our society.
Right.
And we can see that. And so for me, because relationships are foundational, and it's one of those life lessons that I've had to learn, it wasn't always instinctual for me, because I wanted nothing to do with the closest relationships that I had. And as I've gotten married and had children, and I'm growing my business and involved in the community, I've realized how important relationships really are. And so I wanted to center everything that we do at Construction Management Pros around people, and be a people-first company. And not just with potential clients, but also, like, internally our staff too. And for better or for worse, I'm not sure what is, if
ebbs
it's,
and flows,
it ebbs and flows, but like, if I die today and people's biggest knock on me was that I believed in people too much, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
So to go from, like, not wanting the family to having a family and not understanding the power of relationships to where you are now, like, was there a person or a time and experience that pivoted that for you, like, that made the change?
I think it was actually the lack of people.
Mm-hmm.
I saw and I heard other people say, oh, it was that one person that changed my life, or that one relationship, that one mentor, that my mother or my father or my business partner or whomever that changed my life. And honestly, I'd never had that. I did have a grandmother that meant a lot to me. Like, she was almost like my mother in a lot of ways. And she died the Sunday I got home from my mission. She was killed in a car accident. So I never got to see her again. And so for me, I've looked at other people and said, well, if I never really had someone that, like, took me under their wing from a business mentorship perspective, or like spiritually or in any other way, why can't I do that for someone else?
So you became the thing that
I
lacked.
always wanted. Yeah.
I love that.
I
That's
do
beautiful.
too.
That's such a testament to who you are, in my experience with you.
Yeah.
Like, you genuinely just love on people so much. And I feel that from your heart. Like, it is, like, from a place of goodness and authenticity, and just, it beams from you.
Thank you. But yeah, it's because of that. I think I want to just be that person for someone
other
else. Yeah. And coincidentally, along the way, like, as I tried to be that for other people, I've had those people come into my life. And so, like, it's that you get what you give principle. So as you strive to be that for someone else, you receive what you've been trying to give. So
The thing I also respect about you so much in the time that we spent together is you are never afraid to ask for help. And we've talked about that before. A lot of people they struggle with asking for help.
yeah.
And you just ask for help. And I think it's such an admirable quality.
Well, and at a table, if you sit with him, because every time we put, like, talk about this at your table, it can stay surfacey, not if you've got David at the table. So there is this, like, and he'll always preface it by, can I get real vulnerable here?
Yes,
But
please.
then if you've noticed, then everyone feels safer in actually sharing.
They
then.
match that energy,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, I just think that it's a waste of time if you're not
Being
cutting
real.
to the core. I'll tell you one of the things I struggle with, that I have been struggling with lately. Like, I'm not a negative person. I don't like negativity. And sometimes when you go to some of these things, it's like, well, what's your biggest things or issues you're trying to solve? And as a business owner, there's like, I have a deep list of like all the problems I'm trying to solve. And sometimes it can feel like I'm just complaining. And I hate that.
Yeah,
I don't
feel
want to
that.
be the person that just comes in and is like, woe is me, I've got all of these problems, help me, save me. But at the same time, like, some of them are really vexing and I need help because I don't know what to do. I've never done this before. I want to grow my company into, a company that can bless the lives of many, many, many people. But I've never run a $15 million company before, or 50 million or 100 million. And I want to, but I don't know how to do that. And sometimes that requires other people to come in, step in and say, well, take a breath, David. You're doing just fine.
Well, plus, and you never know who's at the table with that one sentence.
Yeah.
That's going to spark.
But at the same time, I still worry about the complaining aspect of it. Like, I just don't want to complain. I don't want to be viewed as the complainer.
No.
But so there is the temptation. I see why people want to stay surface, because, like, for instance, I've tried really hard to be real with people when they say, hey, how you doing? And everyone's got something. And some days, like, I'm doing great. Like, I'm doing awesome. Like, today's a really good day. And then there are days that are really hard where it feels like you got an elephant sitting on your chest. And when someone says, hey, how you doing? How are things? And instead of just being like, oh yeah, we're good, right? Like, just saying, today is just a surviving day, but ultimately I'm good, but yeah, today's just a surviving day. And I don't want it to come across as like complaining.
You don't come
I just
across
want to be
as
real.
complaining.
I think it's authentic. It's real.
Yeah.
And I think people appreciate and relate to that.
Well, and also there is the level of relationship that you have with the person that's asking the question.
Yeah.
Because there are going to be those people where you're going to just naturally say, we're doing great. But there's going to be somebody else that's going to square up, look at you right in the eyes and say, no, I really want to know.
Yeah.
I am genuinely, and that, I think that's the dream of all of us, is that we can be that person, but that we are also surrounded by those kind of people.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And I've never felt like you were complaining in those
never.
ways. It was genuinely like, this is what's going on, and this is what I've tried, and has anyone experienced anything like it that can help me, guide me in the right direction? I think that's the goal,
exactly
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a complaining, it's not an energy vampire type vibe. It's like, hey, this is what I'm going through. I feel like I've exhausted my efforts.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah.
Could use a little help, a
And
little
I think
advice.
that's the goal of, the heart and soul of what we're trying to do, is support each other
Yeah,
through. Because
I
it is
agree.
lonely, especially
is.
when you don't have another partner, or if you do have a partner that maybe you can't. Maybe that's the struggle, right? Is you're not seeing eye to eye. I think that you don't have to do it alone. That's the beauty of what we're building.
Well, and I love that also because it's not just like, it doesn't just affect me, it affects my wife, it affects my kids because I'm coming home. Like, my wife has even said, like, I can tell when you've had not a great day and you're trying to be the man that shields me from the darts of the world, right? And as a man, that is just my instinct. I can't help it. but want to like keep the devil at the door and like, let me just protect you here from everything that's going on at work, because I don't want you to worry or stress. But I've had to learn to like even open up with her and say, you know, Chell, I'm struggling today, and these are my, these are the internal
consuming thoughts.
the consuming thoughts, the internal thoughts that I'm having that aren't healthy. And she's been great at being patient with me. But then it's nice to have that support that can feed the positive thoughts that you should be having.
The interesting thing is that she's also shielding you from what's happened in her day.
Yeah.
So I think that is a thing that we do for each other, but it's also probably caused some siloing, and so it is. How does that? How do you
I think
get
we
to
just have to be
that?
willing to be vulnerable,
Right.
and we just have to let each other in and just say, hey, today's a survival day,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Hey,
it's
take-
okay.
Trusting that the person,
I'm handing you this dirty diaper. Take that out to the trash.
and trusting that
Plenty of
your
those
person can hold space for
going
you in
around.
that moment, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're not asking them to
And the
fix it
littler
or
they
like
are, the cuter.
solve all the world's problems. You're like,
No
this is
diapers
where
are
I'm at,
cute.
and they
Yeah.
just meet you there.
No soiled diapers are cute.
Right.
I just said it also matters the size of that diaper.
You said the little soiled
The
diapers
little-
are kind of cute, and I said no soiled diapers are ever cute.
Well,
Just
here's
so
the
you know.
thing: when they are small, they're not stinky. Well, at least if they're being breastfed,
Yeah.
they're not that stinky. They are really small, and so
Still not cute.
Still not.
Poopy diaper's a poopy diaper's a poopy diaper. Just so you know.
yeah, it's true.
right.
Especially when there's explosions.
Hey, biggest thing you've learned this year. What do you think?
Oh man, I think resilience, emotional resilience. I don't want to say I've learned it. I'm learning it. That's my biggest takeaway so
Awareness
far.
is the biggest clue.
Is just learning to be emotionally resilient and not give in, because there are moments that I've had, especially in the last couple of months, where I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just sell my business and like
Be a handyman.
like start over or move to Florida or whatever. But I think staying true to what you know your greater purpose is important. So maintaining perspective is key to good emotional intelligence, healthy emotional
Well,
intelligence.
if no one ever told you not to pray for patience, don't pray for patience, okay?
Yeah.
Because you'll get that in just spades. You'll get
Oh,
lots
too
of-
late.
lots of
I already
patience.
prayed for
Never
patience
pray
a
for
long
patience.
time ago.
Yeah, never do
What
that.
kind of rule book did you guys read? Because
Never pray for patience.
I've never prayed for
That's
patience.
what I'm saying,
So
David.
I'm the kind of
no
person
one's ever
that
told you
said,
this.
Heavenly Father, bless me with patience.
Nope.
Heavenly Father, also bless me with challenges and heartache and hurt so that I can learn.
I don't even
specifically
want to be in
prayed
the
for
same
those things.
space where
What are
you're
you
throwing
talking
that.
about?
I have. I've prayed
Why?
for that. I've prayed for challenges so that I could
We're supposed to pray
be
over
stronger.
our flocks of our field and our, our businesses.
Well,
and,
he prayed for that, and he got
well,
a
you
whole
got
lot
it.
of flock.
Be careful what you ask for. You got a whole flock?
lot.
All of the
A
children.
whole lot of flock.
Nice. Major growth moments that you've had. So you've had challenges. We've talked about some of the challenges. Biggest like pivots or growth moments in your personal professional life. So you've had some.
So many.
You've had some, yeah.
Yeah,
We've talked
so
about them, but
many.
let's talk about some of those.
Your life is
Some
a
of those
pivot.
pivots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the main pivot.
Okay.
And I used to be a very toxic person.
I have a hard time believing that.
I do
but
too.
I was miserable. I was addicted to drugs and alcohol. I just was this awful, dark person. I mean, like talk about like walking down the street and constantly like flipping people off. Like I just felt like I was always just flipping the bird to people. And I just was miserable. I didn't have, I felt like there was nothing to live for. And I was, what it really was is that I was in a victim mentality. I viewed myself as a victim of society, a victim of my family, a victim of my mom and my dad's relationship. I was a victim all the time. And I had some pretty big wake-up calls along the way, from being homeless, sleeping in a car, and then having all my stuff stolen, picking food out of a garbage can, like just to survive.
Wow.
At 18 years old, and then trying to use this stolen, it wasn't stolen, it was only halfway stolen
Borrowed
car.
it.
Borrowed without the owner's
Permission.
permission. So I could drive it back to New Jersey and get back on my feet and live with my grandparents. But I paid for the car eventually, and so it all worked out fine.
He didn't spend jail time.
No jail time. Well, not for that. And so I just did. It wasn't like I just wasn't a good person. I just was miserable. And this key moment of like discovery of first my Savior Jesus Christ, but then also my worth and my value, and then as I slowly understood my purpose in life, and as I went down that path, everything changed. Like literally everything changed because of that. And I am who I am today because of Jesus Christ. And I'm not shy about that. I know that's probably not like, hey, let's in reunion, podcast. Like
We'll have a testimony meeting next
it's not a testimony meeting, but to me, like I am a living testimony of how Christ changed my heart, and He literally changed my heart. And if you were to have seen me before, like I think it would have been totally unrecognizable.
I know when you told us that story before, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Can't
Does
even
that
imagine
person come back out when people that are driving on the freeway
Oh yeah.
are stupid?
Yeah. My wife says my New Jersey comes out when I'm driving. Yeah. So.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, you stupid idiot. What are you freaking doing?
Yes.
We were just talking about this. Like, we're
Yeah.
going to go driving with people in reunion and make sure they're
That's
not
like-
sucky drivers.
Yeah, that's the
And if
qualification.
if
See
they're
how they
really
handle
Maybe
road
that's the
rage.
first podcast is that you just film like driving with like rando people.
And then like, you're out. Like, you suck at driving. You're out. We can't have you because you're the
montage
one of
of
those
driving
people
with
that
our
we
members.
Actually,
are
we could do these
not happy with when we're
podcasts
driving
in
on
a
the
car.
freeway. You ruin our day when you suck at driving.
That's
It
true.
makes our days like we're really Christian people, we're Christ-like, but when you drive like this,
And no one's as
we
good as
kind
me,
of
by the
hope
way.
that
No.
we kind of hope that you just fall off the side of the road.
I am the best driver on the road, like hands down.
Well, that's what they. So do you have ADHD?
I would actually.
Do you have ADHD?
I don't know.
So they say that.
You tell me.
ADHD people. Wait, what were we talking about? No, ADHD people, their brains like process really fast, and so they think they're the best drivers ever, and they're usually right. Actually, people with bad ADHD are really good drivers because they can like maneuver traffic.
have
and they're
great-
very
I
good
feel
drivers.
like I'm
I
very
have
good.
great anticipation of like which
Flows.
lanes are moving and
Yes.
Okay,
when.
second
me
question
too.
on that
And
then.
I can fit my truck into the smallest, most perfect
Okay.
spaces.
How good are you at picking the lines at the grocery store? Because I always pick the line that some lady's busting out a check, or getting the pennies out of her purse. Oh my gosh! Like this lane, 4 people have gone.
So the
and I'm
grocery
stuck
store is
here
a
at the grocery store.
This is another thing. Like I always usually I will always opt for the self-checkout line because I just don't want to deal with people. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like I'm a
I get
people
that.
person, but there are times like when I'm at the grocery store, don't talk to me. I just want to get in and get out.
I got my list. Let's go, baby.
If I'm
Yes.
20 items or less, I'll check myself out. If I got more than 20
But
items,
I
I'm gonna make them do
enjoy
it.
I don't
shopping.
work there.
I like browsing and shopping.
How
Just don't
cute.
talk to me.
Yeah.
Note to self.
All right. So this is a
No,
question.
if you see him, don't want to talk to you.
No, you can
No,
talk to me.
no,
He's saying
You can
random
totally
people,
talk to
like
me.
no new people.
You're
In fact, my wife is like, why do we always go someplace? And every time we go someplace together, someone always knows you.
Yeah.
Like, why does
What a-
that happen?
What a compliment.
Well, because
Yeah.
you network.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
participate in community.
Wait. Now, what were we talking about?
Diana's ADHD just got triggered off there. So.
I don't know what we.
I can't. Well, we were talking about. Anyway.
Grocery stores.
No. So what is your strength? What is your superpower?
I have no idea. You tell me. I don't know. I feel like I am the most introspective person when it comes to all my weaknesses, and the least introspective person when it comes to all my strengths. I don't know.
I think you're easy to talk to.
Well,
You're easy to like. You're very likable, and
these types
He's
of
a
things
lifter.
make me feel really uncomfortable.
very trustworthy. Yeah,
good. We love
very
that.
trustworthy. Just you build rapport and you build relationship very quickly and deeply. You care deeply for others. If I could just name a few things that I think of you when I think about, like, hey, what is David? That's what I think of. You're just you're easy to like. You're a giver. You're a blessing to so many, whether you realize it or not. But I just wanted to say that.
Thank you.
These are uncomfortable for me as well. I was invited to be on a podcast like 5-6 years ago. I was like, no, wrong guy. Like, I'm not interested. And then over the course of several years, I was invited to be on podcasts like, I think 13th time that I was invited to be on somebody's podcast. I'm like, fine. Because I had made a deal like at church. I'm like, I'm going to just do whatever people ask me to do. I'm just going to do it, whatever. Business, personal, family, whatever. Yeah, I'm a yes man. I'm going to try the whole yes man like Jim Carrey thing, right?
Yeah.
It was freaky. I went and did this podcast, and I was like, that was actually really fun. I just had a conversation with a couple friends, had a good time. I even put it on LinkedIn. Hey, I was on a podcast. You should check it out. And now I'm helping host podcasts, and it doesn't feel awkward, right?
Yeah.
Because we're just hanging out, having fun, and we're just friends, and we want to highlight the good members of Reunion. That's my next question is, you've participated in a lot of different networking events and groups over the years. Tell us what your experience has been so far in the first 6 months of Reunion.
Yeah, it's actually made me reconsider everything else I'm doing, like networking wise, just because of the quality of people that are there. Like when I come to Reunion, I know that first I can be my authentic self, but second, I know that there are other really successful people in that room that have answers to my questions and like can help me like either like step off the edge, right?
Bring you back.
Bring me back, or navigate me through whatever it is I'm dealing with. And that's been really valuable. With other things, it feels a little bit like a crapshoot. And
A little more surfacey.
a little bit more surfacey,
Yeah.
not as deeply connected, and I think there's still quality people there, but it's not been as, I don't know how to put this, but I don't want to go like, I hope nobody takes this as, like, any business development person, people out there, like, don't take this the wrong way, but like, as a CEO, I have certain problems and certain challenges that a business development person can't help me fix or doesn't understand. You've worked for a bank for the last 40 years. Like, you just don't understand my problems. And so talking with other high level or other business owners has been,
It's a lot more relatable, right?
it is
it's
way
more relevant.
yes, way more relevant.
The
There's
help
more
they're going to give
resonance.
you is
Yeah.
just going to
Yes.
be way more in line with what you're actually looking
Yeah.
for.
So an account rep that's, 5 years out of college, and I'm like in this networking group with you, like, that's not helpful to me. Like, I'm still glad to know you, so I don't, like I said, I don't want
Yeah,
this to
yeah.
be like,
We're not going to cancel the 15 account reps that we just invited to lunch next week. So.
To be at your table. I want to say something as to why your experience is going to be maybe sometimes different than other people's experience. And this goes back to a superpower that I've noticed of yours. You're analytic. You
too much
love.
sometimes.
That's all right.
Sometimes our strength is also our weakness.
Yes, and that's exactly where I'm going with this. So, having watched you dissect a problem is really fun because I'm not analytic. So it's been fun for me to see this is how that other side of the brain works, because you are very aware of the problems that you've got to solve immediately. But the way you do it, I have enjoyed watching this 100% because I can also see that you are solution. Like, here's my problem and here's my solution. So as you're sitting at the table, I see you, or during a speaker, you're like taking notes, you're bringing it all in, and I can see you literally lining up, like, what if we did this and this? And it's a joy watching you go through that process, and it's taught me a lot.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad it was enjoyable for you.
Yeah.
It's not always been enjoyable
He's trying to
You're battling
make
through
the
it.
puzzle pieces.
Yeah. Actually,
And you not to a fault, because it's not, but you are going to do everything in your power to create a beautiful, lifting environment for your employees. And whether that works or not, that's up to them, because you're providing it.
Yeah.
yeah, I try.
Safe.
Do you remember when we first met? Do you remember our first interaction?
Yeah, I was wearing a blue shirt. You were wearing a green
Oh,
shirt.
stop
We were. No, I don't remember the exact.
Don't?
It was probably at a Tribe House event.
It was a
sitting down
Tribe
at
House
breakfast.
event.
Yeah.
I had met David
Osmond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had really we really hit it off very, very quickly. And he introduced me to you, and David and I had known each other for, I don't know, 6 months or so. And then you were at a Tribe House event, and he says, you need to know David. And, he's a great guy. And you're like, we'll see.
I did not.
Yeah, you
totally
did.
He said, we'll see.
I was playing hard to get. I
David
never play
looked at
hard to
me,
get.
David looked at me and was like,
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that.
Wow.
He's like, well, I've known David Osmond for a long time, and he's a great guy. And
Oh, that is so cute.
and we'll see if you're
If you're
exactly
worthy of my time.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll
That
see if you're
doesn't sound
exactly
like
how
me.
he says that.
Well,
you
we'd
are.
like to welcome you to the podcast with Matt.
So
Clearly.
It seems
Yeah.
like, based on what he just
Yes.
said to you earlier, right? Like, he's now seeing.
yeah, he's invited
That
me
he
to
is
his inner.
somebody.
He invited
Wow.
me to his
Inner circle.
I'm usually pretty not hard to get. I'm like usually all in on all of them.
But
so.
I do love that this is also a situation where we are trying to make sure that the people in the
Yeah.
room are really cool.
I actually don't think that that's a bad thing. I'm only laughing about it because I
You had
thought
to
it
prove
was,
yourself.
But I think we
It was
should.
very memorable, at least.
So
I think
actually,
we
we
should.
met. He said, "Hey, I heard Matt has another group."
Oh, really?
And I said, well, you should talk to him about it. And
I'm
he
like-
said, can I come to your group?
Oh,
And
your
you said,
mastermind?
no.
I
You
did.
ha-
Because I didn't know you well.
Right.
I had to turn down a lot of people, actually. And it was hard.
It's actually good though. I think that's one of the things that I think we're missing from society is like the anything goes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter like what you believe or how you live your life. It's all good, right? This whole prosperity type of like life gospel thing. And I think there's some truth in those things, but like not everything is good, right? We can't just always have all good all the time.
Yeah.
And so I think it is important to. This is what I've learned. Also, what I've been learning the last 6 months, like 7 months, is it's okay to say no.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to say no and to turn people away.
I'm just learning that, and I'm
That's
like
against our-
64.
That's against our culture in this state.
It is, yeah.
But you
But
are protecting the energy.
with my mastermind
Yes.
group, I kind of had
You have to protect it.
I had a kind of bar, and the bar was, this person has blessed my life, and I'm better for knowing them. Okay, that was the bar. And at that point in time, I didn't know you,
Yeah.
right? And so until I get to that point of relationship with somebody, I was keeping other people out of the mastermind.
Yeah.
People would reach out all the time. I'm like, it's probably not a good fit. I don't know you that well. And I would tell them, this is a group of people that they've blessed my life, and I think they will all be blessed by knowing each other. And since I don't have that level of relationship with this person, I have to say no, thank you. And then they'd reach out again, or someone else would reach out on their behalf. Hey, you really ought to let this guy in. And I'm like, I don't know that person.
Yeah.
So there was, and it's not because I'm an elitist, or I was like, it was because
No.
the love that I had and still have
Yeah.
for that group of people was such that I didn't want the account manager, and I didn't want, sales guy. I've been a sales guy my entire life. I didn't want those people coming in and like trying to pressure and
Yeah.
making it weird, right? It was too special.
Yeah.
And that's the same exact feel and core value of Reunion, is to protect the room.
Yep.
We're not just inviting just anybody in. They have to meet this level of individual, and that's what you've noticed, and that's why you
Yeah.
love it. And so that's what makes it different than the other groups that are out there. And that's why I think this is going to be successful long term, is because we're going to continue to protect the membership by bringing in just the cream of the crop. So
I agree. Well, I don't know if I'm the cream of the crop,
you
but I'm definitely part of the crop, and I appreciate that.
Well, it's been fun getting to know you a little bit better on the podcast. I think we're about out of time here. Gainer's got to go to get some dinner, and we're all going to get home tonight. So we got to shout out Gainer. He's our podcast master over there behind the window. But we appreciate you coming out and being part of what we're building here at Reunion. And, we love having you.
You are the cream of the crop.
Yeah, you are.
You're not just part
just
of the crop.
Take the compliment and run with it.
It's hard. That's hard for me.
It is hard.
It's so hard.
I'm
like the worst compliment. I've learned to try to just say.
We avoid them.
you.
We avoid them. Yeah, we're like, oh,
Thank you.
I don't want to compliment anymore. So anyway, thank you.
Well, like speaking of compliments, somebody, including Diana, nominated me for 40 Under 40.
Oh.
And is
that tomorrow?
That's tomorrow.
All right.
So
that's awesome.
So
I will be in this year's crop of 40 Under 40. I could not have been more awkward in
the interview.
In the interview and like everything, like the photo shoot.
Yeah.
And tomorrow I'm supposed to give like some like thank you speech. Like I'm a pretty personal person. I am deathly terrified.
Diana and I will be there. We'll show you on.
Okay. I am mortified.
You'll do great.
About tomorrow. So
Just
be gracious. Say thank
you.
you.
Yourself and
we will be there.
Just be loved.
Cool to be recognized.
Yes. So
that's
thank
awesome
you.
though.
Enjoy.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank
Well,
you.
and the fact that you're not even 40 yet.
I know.
Yeah, you young son of a gun.
We got
38.
We have a lot. This is going to be a joy for us to watch what happens now.
Yeah, you got a lot of.
You are
good years ahead of you.
successful.
Yeah. A lot of good years ahead of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Excited to
Thanks
see
for
what's
having me.
next for you.
Yeah.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Reunion Podcast. We hope you're walking away with fresh insights, real stories, and that extra spark to keep building traction, nourishing your growth, and thriving big. If you've loved this conversation, hit that follow button so you never miss an episode. And if you'd like to join the movement, come sit at our table and be featured as a guest and share your story. Visit thrivewithreunion.com and stay connected with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. You'll find all the details in the show notes. Until next time, keep showing up, stay connected, and let's thrive together.